Did you know that Meghalaya is one of the only six matriarchal societies that exist in the world? Fascinating, isn't it? To decode, children take on their mother's surname, ancestral property is passed down to the youngest daughter, and the husband moves in with his wife after marriage. While this is absolutely unthinkable in most societies, it's a norm in another. Also, in this state, respect for women is a natural instinct. This is the beauty of diversity. This is the beauty of India. Watch my next guest talk about how she became an entrepreneurial success because her joint matriarchal family of 15 members had or have her back. Their teamwork, collaboration, partnership, and camaraderie as they work in unison will blow your mind. Please welcome Vansaka Chalam from Joai, Meghalaya, India. And if this is your first time, my name is Candy, your host for the show. Thank you very much, and don't forget to subscribe. Hi, Vansaka. Thank you so much for coming to
Hello.
my show.
Hi, Candy.
So, can you just let everybody know what you're doing right now? What's your occupation? And then we'll start off with the questions after that.
I am a baker. I run a cafe.
When we spoke, you said that the cafe has been running for about 5 years now.
Yes, 5 years.
So, what were you doing before running the cafe?
I was actually into like the family business. We like run a hotel. So I was there, but I actually have a passion for the baking and making cakes, things like that. So after that, I decided like I should do something. I was just baking at home in the beginning, and then I was taking orders from home. And then I decided to go big. Then I took a short-term course like for 4 weeks. And yeah, that's how when I got back, I decided, okay, this is what I want to do. So with my father's support, I opened this cafe.
I can see the glow in your eyes and the smile on your face when you talk about it. So you're very lucky to do what you love most because most people don't know what they want and they don't get to do it. You have three boys, right?
I have a 14-year-old, a 10-year-old, and a 5 years old.
Wow. So with three boys and you run the cafe 7 days a week, I think the biggest question in my mind right now is time management, right? How do you manage, a full-time business, your marriage, your children? How does that work?
Actually, it's very, very difficult to manage the kids, manage the cafe, and then maintain myself, take care of myself. Yeah. But somehow living together with my sisters and my parents, we live together. So somehow I manage because in the morning when they go off to school, I send them off, pack the tiffin, do everything in the morning. Then after that, I come to the cafe early morning. I'm here by say 8:30, and then I start working. And then by the time they return, they go home, and then at least my sisters there to take care of them. Then I get back home till 8:30, 9 o'clock in the night, and they're like had the dinner and everything. So I just meet them in the morning and evening. Not even on Sundays, we don't have holidays, so it's very difficult.
So you have a 12-hour day.
Yeah.
From 8 to 8. That must be difficult and it does call for a lot of sacrifice, right?
Yes, a lot. I'd like to spend more time with my kids, but unfortunately, because of the cafe, but I actually enjoy working. I'm a workaholic, you can say. I like what I do.
Yeah, and it shows.
Yeah.
It shows. You also mentioned that at home you have your parents and your sisters, right? In Meghalaya, sorry, you have the matriarchal system. So essentially, the girls, the women live with their parents, and when they get married,
the groom comes to our side and stay with us.
So can you
we don't have to leave. We don't have to leave the house.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, it is.
So just take us through a little bit of how that joint family functions, right? Because it may be something that is so normal for you guys because it happens in your community, but for the rest of us it's a very new concept. So can you just
Mhm.
explain a little bit more of, basically how a day in your life looks like?
Okay. Our family, I mean, like what we practice here is, suppose I'm married, my sisters are married, we don't have to leave our parents' home. We can stay with our parents, and then our husbands come and live with us. Yeah. And our children take after our last names. So we don't I don't have to change my last name to my husband's last name.
Okay.
And then our joint family is actually it's actually quite difficult, okay, to adjust, but depending, how we are brought up, how my parents brought us up, we were very united as like siblings. And then we have an understanding, like my husband and my sisters and my brother-in-laws and with me, we have a good understanding, and we like each other's company. So I think it's all right. Of course, it's not very strict. Like now, suppose if I want to move out, I can move out of the house and live with, maybe one day if I build my own house, I can live with my husband in that house. And the good thing is that we all eat together in the same kitchen. Like my sisters, my brother-in-laws, we all share the same kitchen. So my sister does the cooking. Sometimes I do the cooking. We help each other out in the kitchen because we're like a big, big family. We're like 15 of us. So yeah, I'm really blessed to have to live in a joint family. I can depend on them. I only take off if one child is ill and needs my attention. Yeah, that's the only day I take off. And sometimes, because when my sister's out, like suppose my younger sister's out, and then her kids, I take care of her kids. I bathe all the children, make them stand in line. And then first this number one, number two, number three, and then all the children, I did them. Yeah, take care of them when they're not around. So it's like we interchange.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's a good thing. Mm.
No, that I think the other learning is teamwork, right?
Yes.
The teamwork that you guys do, the collaboration and the teamwork. There's so much to learn from your family alone. So, and the men are used to this arrangement, right? Is there any, I don't know, because they obviously know how it works in a different system, the patriarchal system. So, for example, your husband or your sister's husbands, do they feel sometimes that they'd like to live with their own parents?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
Yeah. It's all in the blood and in the culture,
Yes,
right?
all in the blood, and we're just born in this society, so it's very adjustable.
So in Jowai, in Meghalaya, the women rule, basically.
Yeah, women are like respected. They're not looked down, and yeah, we have equal rights.
Yeah. No, that is fantastic. So the next thing that I wanted to quickly talk about, something that I'm really inspired by and fascinated with, is also your fitness journey, right?
Oh yeah, thank you. Can you believe it? Last year, 2020, during the lockdown, so all we did was we were at home. Me and my sisters would cook whole day, and we would just like finish our breakfast, and we would think what meal would we have, the next, okay, and what should we eat, what should we prepare. So like we really enjoyed cooking, me and my sisters, and it went on like that. And then during that time, I put on so much weight. I reached like 80 kgs. Can you believe it?
No, I can believe it. I was 75, so I know.
Yeah. So I reached 80 kgs, and then in the month of May, we took a family picture, okay? Like it was my parents' wedding anniversary. And in the family picture, I look like a round ball. My cheeks were so big, my arms like a wrestler. And then when I looked at those pictures, I was like, I have to do something about it. So I decided to change my diet. So I started eating healthy. And so I can proudly say I lost 10 kgs.
Wow. Right now, you look so slim, so energized, so happy.
Yeah.
And yeah, you look wonderful. I also started my fitness journey last year. I know how difficult it is.
And it's very difficult for me too because working in the cafe, you know, all the good food is in front of you, all the bakes are in front of you, and you know, I have to like resist them.
So, you stand for women who have a dream, how to pursue that dream
Yes.
in terms of, a career. The second thing is looking after yourself, being healthy, owning, your own happiness. I think that's the second thing that you stand for. So, what message do you have for, women or mothers who have dreams, but there's something that's stopping them?
No, I don't think so. Anything should stop, you know, pursuing your dreams. I think one should just go ahead, you know, do something like let the children grow. Because when my kids were little, yeah, I had to give them all my energy and my time. But as soon as they started growing, and I think they understand how difficult it is. So somehow they just kind of like, you know, let go, and they're not so like the youngest one especially. He used to be a crybaby, but now he knows, like, you know, when it's time for me to leave the house, like, bye, mommy. And when I come back also, and, you know, he's like, good. One should follow your dreams.
Um, One other last question that I have before we end. Um, your father is somebody that, you guys have been obviously looking up to. During his time, he was probably one of the most successful men in Joai. And I remember him all sharp. I used to really admire your father. If I were to ask your father today, uncle, what do you think of Wansaka? What do you think his reaction would be?
Oh, his reaction. I know he's proud of me. Yeah. I think he would probably say, yeah, she's my daughter. She bakes. She's a baker. And I know he's proud of me, even though he might not say it every day or he never says it at all. But I know because, like, you know, I hear him talk about me to people.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, I think that he's proud. And I'm really glad because I followed his footsteps. He's a great businessman. He's taught me a lot. And even now, he's still teaching me. If I have any issues, I go to him. And I always get his help and his support.
So you have a great idol, and
Yeah.
and eventually that helps shape your mindset, and you have a destination, right? Okay, I want to be like somebody. I want to be like
Yeah.
my father. So that's
Yes.
great. Yeah. Vatsaka, we're going to be playing the rapid fire at Candid with Candy. Ready? One, two,
Yes,
three,
ready.
go. How many keys do you have in your key ring?
5.
Okay. What is the song that you hear often?
I need somebody to love, somebody to hold. That's all.
Okay. If you were to become a superhero, which superhero would you choose?
Wonder Woman.
Great answer. What is the one food you can't give up?
Pastries.
Okay. What was your favorite cartoon as a child?
Tom and Jerry.
Now that you are into the, food business, what's your favorite cuisine?
Panat food. Jaintia food.
Okay. I also love Jaintia food. Are you a morning or a night person?
Morning.
Coffee, yes or no?
Yes. Black coffee.
Who is the most annoying celebrity according to you?
Paris Hilton.
What is the last item you purchased?
A watch.
Okay. What was the last message to your husband?
Hello.
Rubbish. My last message to my husband was grocery list. If given a chance to travel anywhere in the world for a holiday, which place would you like to visit?
Right now on my mind, I'd like to visit the Maldives.
Okay. Great answer. And that brings us to the end of the rapid fire round with Wansaka Salam all the way from Jowai, Meghalaya. Yay!
Thank you. Thank you, Candy. It was
Well,
lovely talking to you.
it was lovely talking to you too. You take care. Thank you again for watching, and I hope you stay safe, guys. It's really bad out there, especially in India. Please stay safe, and prayers for all that are not well, and for families who've lost their loved ones. God bless everyone. Bye bye.